The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Maeve's and the Garavogue Bar.
It does start with your face.
Yeah, it started with my face.
Why did it start with your face?
Because I'm more important and I'm bigger than you.
I have never once told it to start with your face.
There you are, that's
God
my face
almighty.
now. If you want to subscribe to the Patreon, Dad, you would have seen the first thing you would have seen on my face.
Come here and crack this thing.
Yeah, they're a very bright, drink responsibly, very nice bright blue and gold Sierra Nevada, California IPA.
It's a citrusy and
for today. Yeah,
it's very
'cause
sessionable, this.
It's very sessionable and it's a nice day for it. What about that today? Wasn't it awful summery? You don't like that?
I don't know about that now.
Well, if you don't like it, I'll drink it. You know me.
Would you relax with you? Even if you like it, you'll drink it. Today was an unbelievable day, Ray, but I'm not feeling it. I mean, I'm feeling summery and all that, but I have an awful pain inside in my head.
Wait.
Not an actual pain, but...
Oh, what I was going to say, I've had a pain in my head the last 2 days, and apparently it's the same thing that caused the big blackout down in Spain and Portugal. It's the barometric pressure.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, are you doing pain like a pain in your temples?
No, I'm not. I have a philosophical pain.
Oh,
or
a philosophical pain.
I actually have an economical pain in my head. I'm currently financially frustrated.
Oh my God, that makes two of us.
Yeah, it does make two of us actually. 'Cause we were
Yeah.
talking a little bit beforehand that we won't have to get into that if you don't want. But I'm financially frustrated. I have the economic equivalence of blue balls, kind of.
So you've loads of money but you don't know where to spend it?
No, I have loads of opportunity to get money. That's not what blue balls is when you don't get it at all.
It's not when you have loads of stuff but nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have loads of energy
talent.
and job opportunities.
Right. But no one's giving it to you.
No, but I can't do it.
Nobody's releasing it for you.
No, people are asking to release it, but I'm not in a position to be released. I'd love to release all over the cycle. But I can't. I'm in this weird... We'll go back to your barometric
You know my
economics.
brothers from Blue Ball. Brother-in-laws from Blue Ball.
What? Is that a place?
That's a place in Offaly.
Christ almighty.
Yeah.
AI Brendan has it sussed, Brendan. Don't worry. You sit down there and enjoy yourself.
Brendan's now attending the podcast recording sessions as an observer.
Come here. Is
We're talking about Blue Balls, Brendan.
it actually Blue Ball?
Blue Ball is a place in Offaly.
And is it just for fellas who go there and go...
No.
So they can ride each other?
Admittedly, I was suspicious when my sister first told me she was dating a gentleman from Blue Ball. Hold on now a second, Joanne.
Actually, congratulations to them. Should we say congratulations to them?
We had a wee girl. I was right. I'm now an uncle of a niece.
You're an uncle of a niece now. Fair play to you. Congratulations
I have a
to
niece.
Michal and
That's
Joanne.
wonderful. I didn't have a niece last time.
Yeah, you didn't have a niece last time you were here. So fair play to them. But back to the real stuff. I don't give a shit about that. The big thing is like my financial thing. Whatever about like Michal and Joanne having a nice baby and all. Doesn't mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
So, I'm in a position where I'm now a stay-at-home Kendy again.
Yes.
And I'm getting all these opportunities to... It's like Kendy's choice.
What's that about?
Do I look after the kids?
Oh.
Or do I go out and make a load of money instead?
But you can't, because this is a struggle that women have been dealing with for eons.
Women, my backside, Ray. Coming in here talking about women
Come on.
working.
No. But like most women have every much an ability to go out and make loads of pound.
Yeah.
And then the baby comes along and automatically the man says, oh, you'll deal with that, will you? But you're doing...
That would have been the historical preference for sure.
Yeah, but now you're upending that preference.
That's what I mean.
Nicola's out making pound, but you're frustrated. Because you could also make pound, but you're not. You're at home minding the
Yeah,
town.
so the annoying thing is...
Now you see how they feel.
Now I know how you feel. Women, I'm with you, okay?
Yeah.
Do you want to meet up for coffee?
Yeah.
It's trying to tell. It's just so annoying to be thinking you're going to get loads of work done. The thing is, we're in a position now where we want to further ourselves money-wise, you know?
It's a lovely way of putting it. It's almost like you're going to college for money.
I'd like to be fucking up there in the higher realm of people.
Yeah.
Not the mad higher. I don't want to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
So fucking bad. I just want to be in a position where we go, isn't that lovely now? We might be able to buy a house and all that kind of crack.
Yes.
But I am being restrained by a 7-month-old.
For children.
Yeah.
You're being restrained by two flippant decisions you made of a night with pints on you.
Ray, but I mean a flippant decision. At the time, it was a bit flippant now. But it was great. I mean, it's 3 minutes. We'll never get back between the two of them.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Combined.
Cumulatively.
Yeah.
Including tidy up.
A minute 40 on one of them.
Including tidy up time. So anyway, the children are restricting your earning abilities.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what it's doing is it's making a load of frustration in my mind. because I'm ending up going, it could be that was a job that would have done this, but I have to stay here in the house instead.
Yeah.
So it's awful hard to be turning stuff away. Not that I can get loads.
But why don't you become a boss and you take on a rake of lads and send them out to do the work and you sit at home with the children?
They're not out there, Ray. You're talking about these lads. Who are these
Young
lads
fellas.
that you're at about?
Young fellas, train them up.
Train them up. But you know how long it took me?
Bring them out on a Saturday.
It took me half of a lockdown to learn how to run a video camera, Ray.
That's true. And you're very good at it.
I can't be sending a load of lads out. I don't mean to be coming on complaining and all that. Like, and again, Kendy's on about his family again, the stupid fat prick. But it's not that. It's just, it's happening all the time. It's happening all the time. You're up at 7 o'clock going, lovely, I'm going to get loads done now. And I will have copious amounts of invoices sent out to people now before you know it, with all of this build up work.
Done.
And then, the lady needs to be changed, then needs to be fed, then she needs an actual feeding because she's actually eating food now, and then she needs to go for a sleep. She's up from the sleep now. Mark, did you sit down at that desk yet? No, I didn't. I had a coffee, and now she's awake again. And
what age would Layla be when she can start helping you with this stuff?
Like 24, 25.
Right, okay, so it's a while away yet.
Yeah. So and I mean, that's wishful thinking. Probably
wishful thinking that she'll come back and help Daddy with the invoices.
Like I said, I am financially frustrated at the moment.
I'm very sorry.
Is all that's going on.
I too am financially frustrated.
I just see the opportunities, Ray. And I'm a grabber of opportunities. You throw anything at me, I always say yes. You boys know that. I will constantly say yes.
Man,
I'm a big yes man. I'm always open to new adventures. No, I can't go on holidays, Brendan. Sorry, no, I'm not around.
Can't afford it.
Can't afford it. You're financially frustrated, Ray. I mean,
only because
Yeah,
just I have to say that all the house projects that I've ever heard anyone get into, all of them, they all said, you'll start and then it'll just run away with itself. And you know something, there's a small bit of truth in that.
You haven't watched enough Grand Designs.
Yeah, but you know something, they always go the same way. So they come out and there's the young couple, and the young couple are full of, well, we knocked that wall. What about putting an extension out there? What about an atrium? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
We're going to have a great family life.
That was me and Laura.
Yeah.
And then it got into it, and this is we're actually at the point now where your man with the funky glasses comes back, or Dermot Bannon, or one of the lads, or the English lad.
The Bucky Boo from England.
Comes back.
And he's always so schmarmy with them.
So schmarmy. He said, well...
No.
How's things going?
I see it's not finished.
We lifted the floors and it was just clay,
We ran into a massive problem.
It was just clay, but it was great back in the 30s.
Yeah.
That was the way they did it. But
it was actually the house was actually originally built on a graveyard. Now they're saying they have to dig all the bodies. But I mean, it's just another crossroads.
We don't know how many of them were killed violently, or how many were actually buried voluntarily.
We don't know if actually they built the house on top of people who were alive at the time.
There was an element of human sacrifice in the home,
but we're just getting by with this. And how much is it to dig up all the bodies? It's 2.5 million. But we didn't really budget for it. But actually, we sold all her jewellery, and Melanie now she's working on the streets now every night as well, just to make. So I come home from work.
I had this conversation with one of the ladies in work the last day, and I said,
work in the streets.
No, I said quite simply, I said, Jesus, it's probably going to need an extra few pound. Which, I'll have to dig out somewhere.
Well, dig it out is right?
Put it into the hole that is the house. But I was considering what ways I'd come up with a few extra pound. And she said, you'd have to sell your body.
No.
And I said, well, I don't know is there much call for me on OnlyFans? I don't know. And she said, I meant your kidneys. And I went, it's a different generation here. There's a different meaning to selling your body back in the day.
Either way, you're probably waking up in the bath. You're waking up in the bath from OnlyFans.
Either way, I'm donating a kidney. I'm selling a kidney, and I'm doing it on OnlyFans.
Can you sell organs like that easily? Is there
I don't think
there's
a market for it. It could be in the black market, yeah.
But who's buying them?
Kidney?
Who's buying them and for what? So the
probably
thing is,
if I had a broken kidney,
because if you go to a mechanic, he might say, "Look, I don't really want much to do with this job, but if you bring me the part, I'll do it then, okay?"
Yeah.
So you're in the hospital needing a kidney, right?
Yeah.
And they say, "Well, we have to wait for a donor."
Yeah.
And you're like, "There, it could take a while now."
Yeah.
So it's like your man saying, "We have to wait for Audi to send out that kid," and then it doesn't. But can you go? If I bring you a kidney, will you do it then this evening?
But it's a pity there's an adverts section for kidneys.
There has to be a kidney section on adverts.
Like human body parts.
Harvest something.
Eye for sale. One careful lady owner.
Sorry, Brendan. Yes, go on.
The practice of selling one's kidney for profit in Iran is legal.
The practice of selling your kidney in Iran is legal.
I bet you can get a grant for it in Iran as well. They'd like the SAI. They give you $2.5 grand towards the cost of the kidney.
Well, you could run to Iran and sell your kidney. For the love of tits. 1,400 people send their kidneys legally. You can sell your kidney in Iran.
Yeah.
Do you need all of this stuff? All of this stuff here is only taken up. It's only adding to the scales every time I step on them in the morning. Do you know what I mean? I can get rid of a lot of stuff.
I do think it was put there for a reason.
I don't do a huge
the
amount.
appendix, that was just for digesting.
The appendix was only put in for the crack to make loads of pain inside us. That's the only. The appendix was God's cruel joke. Is that finished? It is, yeah. But come here, wait. You see, I'm about to put a firecracker inside us.
Can you think of an option or a thing that they put into a car in all your years driving cars that's useless? That there's no need for, and you wonder why they put it in.
Now, there's a button in every car in this country.
Yeah.
That is a picture of a car on it, and then it has an arrow. It has an arrow that is like in a circle. What the fuck does that do?
Okay, that's actually
it's a waste of a button.
No, it's not. It basically means that it cuts off the intake of the air coming into the cab of the car.
It's a suffocation
from the outside.
button.
No, it just circulates then the air that's in the car. So the most appropriate use of that button in the countryside where I grew up was if you were driving through an area where manure was being spread, or slurry, as is better known. And what you do is you'd see your man out, and we haven't driven into the cloud of it yet. And the person quickest to actually press the button meant that you were immune then from the slurry smell. You were never immune.
No way.
It always took too long to kick in.
But why would you? Is that why you'd want it for slurry? Is that the only reason
slurry,
they put
but
that?
Also, if you're driving on a really cold night and you wanted to warm up the car, you press the button, so you only want to. Because otherwise you're going to be pulling in freezing cold air
trying to turn it hot.
No Whereas you want to keep the hot air that's in the car
and let that circulate around and around and around.
Yeah.
Or cold. It works both hot or cold. God almighty.
Yeah. If you're in traffic and there's a car, 14 Volvos in front of you spurting out stuff,
Volvos do that.
And they do.
They do that. That is mad. I didn't know that, so I don't know. That's the only button I can think of.
The only thing I can think of is, it's become really relevant, is the... I have another one as well. Number one, the cigarette lighter.
That has become null and void now, a cigarette lighter, because...
And an ashtray. Like, you don't see them in cars anymore.
Mad. There used to flick the
the whole thing.
And the ashtray
and the ashtrays in the back seat as well, in the doors and in the middle.
Isn't it mental? Like the Oaks now, the cigarette lighters are only used as USB things now, like, you know.
And the spare tyre doesn't come with cars anymore.
What?
Yeah.
No, it does.
No, very few cars actually sell a spare tyre now.
That's like Apple selling the phone. You had to buy the charger now on. It's £140 for the charger.
But I know with vans anyway, they don't sell spare tyres. It comes as an optional extra. But I think the point is that the way they're making the tyres, that even if they get a puncture, you can do something with them and they'll get you to the church on time.
I know, lick a tape, is it?
Lick a tape.
Throw a lick a tape
or
on
you
that.
put in that expanding foam stuff.
Yeah.
And it gets you by. But I think a lot of the times, most people, when they have a puncture, they don't know what to do, so they just ring the AA.
Yeah.
So the AA have taken over now. Roadside assist is what happens when you have a puncture.
Yeah, because what happens whenever I get a puncture is I ring my insurance and they say, Mark, how many more times have we to tell you you're not insured on that car? Stop ringing us all the time.
That's really changed now. The guards can just
they're getting rid of the tax disc off the.
But they can read a registration plate and they know if you're insured or not.
They can't read my one. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah, it's gone faded.
My car it's gone very faded. Yeah, it's a very cheap one. I have to get a new one as well. But they'll be able to just read us and weep and send it off.
What are we talking about?
I haven't a clue. But
buying kidneys.
Sell the kidney.
Yes. So I am stuck. So I've come to the terms with the fact that I have to sell some precious items. Mm-hmm. And I'm debating it. And it's so hard to try and separate the sentimentality out of things. I have a bass amp, right? And it's a big bastard bass amp.
It is not. It's not the size of a house.
It's about
if you'll pardon that. Sorry, no. It's the weight of a house.
It's the weight of a house.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful yoke, and it's kind of a bit of a collector's item. I got it back in the early noughties, and it was the best thing I ever got. But now I don't have much call for it because peer pressure. You all make fun of me if I bring it out.
Yeah,
so if I bring that into a wedding now, playing with the Atlantic, you'll all laugh at me going, why are you bringing in the size of a house of an amp?
Yeah, rightly so. In the modern era, you don't even Tozo aren't using it.
No, they're not. And you know something? I just wonder. I wonder to myself, like, have I been left behind or will it become fashionable again? I'm wondering, will I now sell it? But I can't bring myself to sell it. And even Laura supports me in that. She said, don't. You love it too much.
Well, the thing is, so... I understand the sentimental value and stuff like that, but eventually you have to throw that out the window. Don't throw that out, not because of what it's worth. You'll put your back out trying to lift it out the window.
It is very heavy.
But the thing is,
I'll be 50 soon.
I used to have huge sentimental value towards instruments. I had a lot of guitars. Not that they were great guitars, but I used to be like, no, I'm going to collect it, keep this one, keep this one, keep this one. And then a woman called Ali James Kendy came out of my wife. Yeah. Right?
She said, that has to go.
And no, but even the perspective of it just went... Why is this place full of guitars?
Yeah.
What am I at?
Yeah.
And I sold everything,
You
bar
were
like
lucky.
what's needed.
All your stuff was in the house. I have mine in an out storage lockup, so I don't see it.
Yeah, so
out sight, out of mind.
Yeah, but then you don't. Do you see the money coming out of the bank account to pay for a storage unit?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Like, and the thing is as well, like I'm losing my soul every day. Everything about me is good dying.
you're dying as a
What are we
man.
on about again? No, I'm joking. So what I mean is, I just had to give up my office room, like where I did all my work as well. By the way, which goes back to the box room. Yeah, that we did this
Is that
podcast
gone
in.
now?
It is gone,
Completely gone?
That is now Layla Kate Kendy's room. Right?
Is there any sort of a memorial there to what we did?
Every night I go in there, I cry a little bit. If that's, so she's now in that room as well. Until the two girls, hopefully, are just old enough to be in the same room as each other.
Yeah.
But you can't put them in now because Layla'd be waking up and waking Ali up.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I mean?
Ali's smoking at this stage.
Yeah,
so.
and Ali's smoking out the window.
Yeah,
Would you shut up? You'll wake up, mum and dad. You'll wake mum and dad up. Shh. Shut
And
up.
Ali be sneaking in and out the window as well, and obviously the window being
On
open.
the second floor of the house, yeah, she would, yeah.
With the ladder she has fashioned from bed sheets.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Will
And
that work?
so I hope that never happens, that she tries to fashion it, because we buy cheap on the bed sheets, they would rip her away. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the box room is gone now. So what was that about?
You're just saying you're dying inside.
Oh, I am dying inside, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a different fucking scenario.
Anyway, look at
anyway, so the box room is gone now. So I've lost all room for any of my gear.
Do you know something? As a man, you need a space.
And the thing is,
And your car was gone as well for a while.
do you know why?
You must have been under
Yeah, do
serious
you know what
pressure.
annoys me the most? And I'm glad you brought it up because you were about to start bad mountain lore there, so I'll start it, okay? The thing is, sometimes with Nicola, I just say to her, can I have a little space underneath the stairs there to leave a PA or guitars or whatever?
Things,
She's
manly things.
It's not good, but it's not manly things, Ray. It's work things.
Work things.
It's things that brings pound home and chicken, goujots,
If it was
and bolidays.
If
right?
it was a toolbox, you wouldn't mind.
That's the thing.
Maybe you need to start storing your music things in toolboxes.
If I asked her, can I put my master tool? It's like no,
box.
But the thing is, she's kind of like, oh, I don't know if it's going to fit. And I'm like,
Is there any part of this house I'm renting?
yeah, and like this is needed. Like
Yeah.
this isn't all a waste. I got rid of all my waste.
Yeah.
And now the only thing that I have left, you're telling me, no, that doesn't fit anywhere here either. Doesn't fit in our lives. The only thing that fits in our lives is the money you bring home. And when you bring it home, shut up then.
Yeah.
And don't talk about it. And don't talk about
And
your
do you
guitar.
not take her
What's
up-
that guitar doing in the hallway? Jesus Christ.
Do you not take
Where'd
her up
that
to the
second phone
wardrobe?
come from? No, I'm joking.
Second phone.
I don't know why I said. Okay, anyway, go on.
Do you not take her up then to the wardrobe and open it and where she has all her things stored and go, what's all this about?
You see, the thing is, Nicola, the annoying thing about her is she doesn't hoard anything.
Oh no.
So I have no leg to stand on.
So what's in the house?
Just it's a small house, like, so just my stuff that is all used.
Oh yeah. How
but
many
still in
shoes
the
have
way.
you got?
Yeah, so I have probably too many shoes, I would
How
say.
many pairs of shoes would you own
Oh, I
currently?
don't know, like 20 something maybe. I don't know, like,
And-
yeah.
But do you wear them all?
No, I don't know. I wear these ones every day.
I have now 3 pairs of shoes and it's upsetting me.
Yeah, no, 3.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to thank you.
Go on.
And Brendan, obviously. All the lads at the 5-side soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Rarely happens anymore because nobody's available.
Yeah.
But the 5 you all clubbed together, put a fiver and you bought me a pair of Puma's soccer boots.
Now, a pair of Puma
sport
soccer boots, sport boots.
for soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's savage.
And they got the little white thing on the top as well, the little the tongue that comes out and goes down.
Yeah,
flips
yeah.
down and says
And is
Puma.
there a Puma on it?
Yeah, Puma
There is.
on it, yeah.
And tell me this, Ray, did we do that because you broke your foot trying to play us in shite runners?
Yes, I
Yeah.
actually, and to this day, I think I might need to go for what do they call an MRI? 'Cause
Yeah.
I have a funny feeling
Well, actually, if you go to Iran,
X-ray
Ray,
first, is it?
Ray, if you go to Iran,
You can get a new
You
foot.
can get a foot. Yeah, they can sell
Yeah,
foot
'cause
on the black market. It comes in a bag, a kidney
Yeah,
bag, you know.
kidney with free foot.
Yeah, so you could.
No, I didn't get a ball.
What a football?
No, I'm not getting the football. Not yet.
No, but come here. Have you worn them? Mm-hmm. And
When I tried them on, they were lovely. I haven't. They're under the press. I haven't.
oh yeah, but are you going to wear them to the next?
I am going to the next one now, which could be in the next month or 2.
You're going to be scoring copious amounts of goals.
I'm going to be a different footballer.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Speaking of football,
Go on.
talk to me about my results.
Oh, I forgot. Well, we did write it down. All right.
So last week, while Mark is looking these things up, I was asked about 3. Angus Dempsey, fair play to him, he suggested that I should be asked about 3 matches to see if I can gauge them right and get them right as to who won.
That is facts.
The 3 matches were Armagh versus Tyrone.
Tyrone.
In the hurling, Dublin versus Wexford.
That's facts.
And the last one was Donegal versus
Down.
Down.
Yeah, in the football.
And the only, so I said that in the first match the Armagh Tyrone, that Tyrone would win by 3 points.
That's facts.
What? Did that
No,
happen?
no,
You haven't told me yet. Okay.
You said that.
That's what I said. Dublin, well, don't say it's facts. Dublin versus Wexford, I said that Dublin beat them by 9 points or so, and it would be raining. And finally, that Donegal would beat Down by the skin of their teeth.
But you said 2 or 3 points,
2
maybe.
or 3 points, maybe.
So, I hope some of you did raise accumulator this week.
Yeah.
And I hope that you're cursing them out the door at the moment.
No! I have to have got all these right.
So,
I'm
Ray,
fell
you
asleep
said
with this.
Tyrone by 3 and Armagh won it by 1, I think. I
wasn't
probably
far
should
off.
look that up. Well, you had the wrong score and the wrong winner. So, but other than that,
You weren't far off.
other than that, Ray, you were nearly there.
Nearly
Like
there, yeah, okay.
Armagh won it by 1 point. You
close
said
now.
Dublin by 9 again, Wexford.
Yeah.
In the hurling.
Yeah.
Now, I thought that was an iffy one, even though Dublin are on the way up.
Yeah.
I thought there's just a culture there in Wexford that they'd put in something. They didn't win it by 9, but Dublin did win it.
By?
So you were right there by 4, I think.
Not
I think it
far
ended up
off.
being 4 points.
Again, I had the wrong score. Was it raining?
I didn't look up if it was raining.
Right,
And I
okay.
didn't watch the match either.
Okay, fair enough.
So, Donegal and Down. You
Yes.
said Donegal by the skin of their Mickey. Well, they won it by the 2 skin, the 3 skin, or maybe the 4 skin. They won it by 6 points.
I went full meatloaf on this. 2 out of, or is it Rod Stewart? 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, yeah.
Was it meatloaf or Rod Stewart?
It's hard to know if you want to bet on that if it was Meatloaf or Rod Stewart. So you got 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
The only one you got wrong was Armagh Tyrone, and that was a tight game.
Tight game now.
It was a good, tight, solid old game.
Yeah, so I was nearly right.
But there was a wee drop of pedigree inside in that Armagh team that pulled
But I
them
know
through.
that we.
So I wonder, do we do another one? Ray,
right.
will you come up, Brendan, while you're tipping around there, come up. Will you find 3 fixtures for this week?
For the end of the
And we'll
episode.
do it at the end of the episodes.
Yeah.
So, sorry for everyone who lost their accumulators. We genuinely, I think you should do accumulators based on Ray's tips.
Yeah,
I'm going to do it this week.
But do you want people to genuinely lose money because of this podcast?
Oh, I
Bad
think
enough
it'd be
that they're
brilliant.
signed up to the Patreon.
No, but yeah, the thing is, if they win, they have to contribute then all of that accumulation towards your.
I think I should deserve a percentage. But wait now, if they
90%.
lose, and then I have to
Then you have to
contribute a
pay.
percentage, I could find myself in a worse situation.
This is what they call gambling, Raymond.
Is it?
And welcome. You should absolutely gamble savings.
Right.
100%. If
Yeah.
you're buying a house, you should do
Yeah,
that.
presents your granny gave you.
Yes, if
Put
you
that in a
run
horse.
if you run out of savings, Ray, look at that thing on your finger.
We didn't
Pawn
spend
it
a
in.
whole lot on the out.
Pawn it
wedding
in,
ring.
and you'll get your €40 back. Okay, for the-
40 euro for the wedding ring.
Take
back.
that take those 8 fibres.
I did actually think I was talking about taking pictures of things there to put them up on Dundee
Yeah.
or adverts, and then I realised I could sell the phone. I
Yeah.
could revert back to an old Nokia, and I'd be a happier fella.
Well, the thing is, in the prime of my life post-COVID, when I was making some big bank, but then also stressed out of my mind,
Yeah.
I bought this telephone here, brand spanking new,
Yeah.
this Samsung Galaxy Ultra 22, and
Yeah.
it was an awful pound.
Yeah.
A sensational amount of pound. I couldn't give a fuck about it.
Really?
You get something shiny and nice on the day, and you go, class.
Class.
And then you don't give a
Well,
shit.
is it not a real functional thing now? Isn't that the way everybody doesn't
But
get
like,
you on it?
functional is the word,
Yeah.
though.
Like
I
if people
could
are
have
looking
it.
to get in touch with Mark, they won't get him on that. That's
Well,
what everybody
certainly
knows.
they won't get you on this.
No,
that's
they
for-
won't.
That's for sure. Unless it's urgent. The thing is, I don't care about it that much. Like, not that I go back to a Nokia, but
But would you go back to it? Like, if you, this is the thing I'm fascinated with at the minute. If I go back to a Nokia, all I can do in it is
Text.
Is text over cellular data.
yeah.
Not even over the
Cost
internet.
in pound.
Yeah, so it'd be like 36-cent text.
Yeah.
But it means that you can't send pictures too handy on it either.
Well, you can send call me's now. That'd be a big one. Do you remember sending the call me's?
yeah.
You know, back in the day, like with call me. So because
Great idea.
yeah, like we never had credit. I love the manipulation of the call me in Ireland because a call me is a genuine call to let you know, will you give me a ring? I've no credit.
Yeah.
But my mother and our whole household used it as like a beacon. You know, whenever you get there now, Mark, send me a call me
Send
and
me a
I'll
call.
know you're
And
safe.
oh, right. So you were
So you
using
wouldn't
a
have to ring,
code.
but it wouldn't cost the same that a text costs.
very good.
Send me a call me, Mark, when you get to that thing, and
Yeah.
then I'll know yours. If you want me to ring you, send 3 call me's. You
Yeah.
know, if you want to, you get 3 call me's. We used it as
you
like
had a
Morse
code.
code, like
Yeah,
a
you had
code.
Morse code on
yeah,
it.
isn't that unreal?
What was the
Call
price of a
me's.
call me?
Nothing.
Nothing?
A
Oh,
call me
wow.
was free, so it was a free way of communicating with my mother without having
Pure
to
manipulation.
Matt, no, but isn't it great though?
Did Dennis O'Brien know this?
We
was
saw.
going
Why
on?
did he own all that? Did he
Oh,
own
at
the
the
call
time,
me?
yeah, he said Digiphone, he'd know all the call me's.
So that's the thing. It started getting used as a means of 4 call me means I love you. 2 call me means don't ever ring me again.
So, if I switched to a Nokia,
Yeah.
and all I could do was send a text or ring and make a phone call,
Yeah.
do you think my life would be better? I think it would. Because I wouldn't, now, my only worry is, you'd have no idea, outside of what Today FM put in the 9 o'clock news, what's going on in the world.
Yeah,
And in fairness, Today FM all good about them. It's a slim line of messaging that they give you. There's 2 or 3 stories, and then there's the comedy piece at the end.
Yeah, so the thing is with radio is they do the news every half hour, like, but a lot of it's very repetitive. You're not getting a wide span of the news anymore.
Would I be misinformed or ill-informed at that point?
But for the better.
But what about the podcast then? What would I be talking to you about? Just life experiences as opposed to coming in here and saying what did Conor McGregor say recently?
I'll tell you one thing, Ray. It's as good.
Was there a far-right protest?
You can call it a far-right protest. I don't think that's what they're calling it.
Yeah.
My favourite part of it is they called it an anti-government protest. Right?
Yeah.
And then all the videos I've seen is just people saying, immigrants house, immigrants house. It's not an anti-immigrant protest. No way.
No, it's
It's anti-government. Get rid of all the immigrants. Here we go.
How many was at it?
Oh, I mean, I'm not great at estimating the crowd, but 9 million.
Fair enough.
There was more than the population of the country.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Someone said it was obviously in the thousands. Like it was a huge, but there was a counter protest as well. Obviously.
Oh, so it has to be a counter protest.
You can't be letting the protest go uncountered. No way.
Yeah.
Dumb phones are a trend now.
Oh, like buying a shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What an awful thing to say about a phone.
So there's a big thing that drug dealers would have done. I know we're bouncing topics here. There's a big thing that drug dealers would have done, which was buy disposable phones.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're a thing in Ireland though, but maybe they are. Like you would buy a phone that you would just use up. It'd cost you £30.
Yeah.
6 fivers. And by the end of the week, that phone would be gone. Then you throw it away. And there'd be no trace of it.
I have a suspicion if I go to a dumb phone,
Yeah.
it'll be like the time I thought I could get away. One of the rare times in the past where I was financially constrained, I thought, I'll get rid of the car. I live in town. What do I need a car for?
Oh, you were going full Dublin.
I sold the car.
Did you actually?
I did. It was a 95 Astra. I sold it.
It's a beautiful car now.
Yeah, I sold it back to my father. So that was it. It was gone. I was like, that's it now. And I was living with Sharon Cawley at the time and Sean O'Reilly, and Sean wasn't there much, as he does be. And I was pretty much reliant on Sharon for the 2 weeks to get me places.
2 weeks?
2 weeks all I lasted because I got terribly depressed without the car.
Well,
because I think it's built into country lads that you have to have a car to be able to go places.
That is so true. I can't imagine my life if I didn't have a car. If I couldn't just get into the car and go. You know? It's mad. It is and it is a kind of a country thing. There's people who will never ever drive living in Dublin, like
but they never needed to because there's always a way of getting places.
Well, there's also a good public transport system.
Public transport, yeah.
You know, I don't know how on earth. I don't know how. Are you prone? And I mean, I'm asking a question that I already know the answer to, but it's just really to let other people know out there. Are you prone to these spats of buying and selling?
Yes. It's my biggest flaw.
Is it that but it's not a bad way to be though.
What, to let stuff go, is it?
Yeah, to let stuff go and then go, I'll buy that back in 6 months.
It's normally letting stuff go due to poor financial choices a year earlier.
Yeah, but then in a year's time, then you'll be back in a better position and buy it back again.
Probably.
How many Dynacord PAs have you owned? Of the same one?
Of the same one, approximately 5.
That is just outrageous.
But if I just stuck with the first one, it would have been great.
But were you in financial trouble at the time?
I would have been stuck and then it had to go. But the great thing about that particular PA now is it's got to a point where it's not worth as much as it used to be worth in comparison to everything else.
So you don't sell it?
So there's no point selling it.
It's not worth selling
Yeah, it's not
anymore.
worth selling.
That
I
is
love
the
that
statement.
statement.
That is the PA that you will hear at every Atlantic wedding.
If you want to book the Atlantic, you'll hear a PA
That is not worth selling. Here we go.
And you'll see a big lump of a bass ham sitting behind me as well.
That is too heavy to lug into anywhere, but we're still using it. No, it is funny. It's because I've never been mad on that. I've always been saying that if I feel like I'm going into any kind of financial troubles, I always say to Nicola, I'm going selling that thing. I'm not using it. Say a PlayStation, I'm selling it. And Nicola's like, calm down.
Yeah.
You don't need to go selling the stuff that you enjoy.
That's true.
Like, because really, is that a way to be living your life either?
I know, but sometimes you have to.
No, sometimes you do. I get it with practical stuff. Like I said, I sold loads of external stuff. But like...
See, I have these lads that call over to the house at night looking for the money. Like.
Oh, yeah, good,
So that really puts you...
Yeah, well, the big thing I would say is don't borrow. don't borrow from a loan shark, baby.
No, but they're very personable when you're stuck. Like.
How are you going, Ray? Come here. Sorry now to call this late. I was just thinking, unless you have the money, I might break your legs.
Yeah.
They're really nice about it.
But listen, I'll get your taxi up to the hospital.
Come here. Yeah, I feel bad. I know it's 2:30 in the morning. But we were actually thinking about kidnapping Laura maybe and holding her for ransom.
No,
would that be okay?
Going, I don't want to do that, Raymond. Sell the base amp.
I know. Yeah, then she wouldn't be like selling the base amp. Yeah.
In fairness, fairness, we do have to say on a responsible note, don't borrow from loan sharks.
I thought you were going to say don't sell PlayStations.
And don't sell PlayStations. Just, and don't make poor financial decisions. We'll move on from that now anyway.
Was that mindless? Was that an awful mindless first half hour? I'm selling this watch anyway, that's for sure.
No, it wasn't.
Because all that happens is messages coming in. I can't deal with smartwatches.
Are you familiar with the traffic wardens in and about town?
I mean, we live in a small town, Ray. Like, are we really going to talk about them?
We are. We're going to talk about them. Now, first of all, I know people that have thoughts on traffic wardens.
Yeah.
It's
Do you mean
job.
like parking lads?
Boys that go around and put the whatever colour yellow slips in Sligo. I don't know what colour it is in your
it's
area.
It's a yellow colour ticket.
Yellow colour
and
ticket.
It's £60 on your back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like £60 you can pay it in the next 28 days. I was parking one of the days there recently, and I've never known too many of the traffic wardens in town. I've normally steered clear of them. We've had I'd always put a ticket on a car or a van,
No.
I try and stay within the ditches there now with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I stay away from them because they're powerful men.
They run this town.
And the best men in town are the men that say, I know the traffic warden. Don't worry about that.
Well,
I'm leaving the car there.
I mean, that's called pulling a stroke.
It is stroke.
So that is where you pull a stroke, right? Where you go, I know your book, don't be saying nothing.
Yeah.
But I had a friend who lived in Sligo years and years ago with us, right? And he used to think that he had built up a stroke report.
All right.
With the traffic warden.
Yes.
And that outside Harbour Court, sure, I can park there. Your man he's not going to give me a ticket. I was chatting to him about music yesterday.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to
give me one.
No.
And he'd be coming up bragging, lads, I don't put tickets on my car.
Right.
Well, one day he woke up and there's a scene in Goodfellas, the film, where your man takes all the strokes away from everybody, like, and your man's car. It's exactly that scene, I think. Your man's car is parked and all of a sudden there is a ticket on it. Because he's not as powerful as he thought he was.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And he wasn't hurt by the money. He was hurt by the fact that he thought he had a stroke report.
Yeah, and he didn't.
And he didn't. And that cuts deep. That's more disappointing now than actually.
That's tough on him.
Do you know? He hasn't recovered since.
I may have stumbled into a stroke report.
Go on.
Unwillingly.
I made that up by the way.
I like stroke report.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. So
does it make sense?
It does. It absolutely does. I was driving down the street and I was about to park, and I needed to be parking beside what was Fiddler's, soon to be the new pub, the new super pub in town.
Yes.
Right? I was doing a bit of wiring in there, and I needed to park close to the pub so I could get my toolbox.
Yeah.
My bits.
And you said, I can pull a van up here. Vans is a big one. Pull a van up anywhere.
There was the free parking spots.
Oh, yeah, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Who judges that?
But one of them was an age-friendly free parking spot, and lo and behold, that was the one I pulled into. Now, as I pulled into it,
You're
right,
disgusted.
This is down by the monument, okay? Yeah,
I know the one.
Yeah, you know the one that's near Roberto's.
I know the one. And the amount of old people that park there.
It is a nice old... Now, this was, in fairness,
I feel sick.
5:30 in the evening.
Okay.
5 o'clock or so. It was late in the evening, I believe. So I was thinking, surely it's the end of the day, old people don't be out at this hour of the day.
They're in bed.
They're in bed.
They're
in bed, or they're back in the home, or they're back in the
They're wrapped
hospital.
up in blankets.
They're fine.
Yeah.
Right. So
They have the fire on, even though it's 24
pull
degrees.
And there was 2 books standing outside the Euronics store for all your electrical needs.
Yeah.
And is it Tahani's? Tahani's Euronics store, yeah. And one of the books was a traffic warden. And you always know a traffic warden because he's wearing a high-vis vest, but he's not a builder.
Yeah, and also he's wearing the uniform of a traffic warden.
Yes,
that's a big giveaway usually.
It's a blue pant.
And he has a hat on and everything.
He looks like a Fine Gael member from 1932.
Yeah,
a
blue shirt.
A blue shirt with a high-vis vest.
No.
So that's the way they've done them up.
A dangerous combination.
A dangerous combination. But I spotted him and I went, I might go over here and just make sure he's okay with me, even though I'm wrong. I shouldn't be taking 20 minutes. But I wanted to argue the fact that I'm 41 going on 42. And in some circles, some countries, and some times in the world, that was an older person.
Who's to say who an older person is?
That's a question I ask all the time.
Your grandparents used to die at the age of 46.
Exactly.
Do you know?
So
you're nearly of dying age.
I'm nearly of dying age. That's why I keep warning Laura.
And you have the body of a 70-year-old.
I do.
So
I walked up to said traffic warden and the gentleman that was chatting to him outside Tahani's Euronics, and I says to him, I said, I'm very sorry. I said, do you think I'll be all right there? I just asked him, I said, do you think I'll be all right? I know it's an age-friendly car parking spot, but I said, I'm 41. Right? And he says to me, no, I didn't know this man, and maybe I do know him, and that's what's even more embarrassing. But he says to me, he says, I know it's grand, so what can I say? You're only going to tear me to shreds in the podcast if I say no to you.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
So obviously
we have stroke report.
We're
getting away with
traffic warden.
For one traffic. We can park anywhere in this town,
so
Ray.
He laughed and it was tremendous fun.
No way.
And what was it? What did I write? He was beardy.
Don't be giving everything away of him
He
now.
had a big beardy, red beardy, ginger beardy, right? He was tall. Wait now, Brendan. He was dashing.
No.
He was kind.
He was very kind-hearted.
He was
very beautiful man.
He was friendly.
Yeah.
He was impeccably dressed.
In a big, massive,
In his Fine Gael blue shirt.
He had a huge, big, massive meter reader.
Yeah.
Big
He had a
2.5
massive heart on him.
Yeah, big old veiny old throbbing old
Brendan,
bloody
you know
old
the
heart.
gentleman we speak of.
Yeah,
What's
but
his name?
don't say his name. You're not supposed to say his name. That's the point of a stroke. You ruined it.
No,
you
I haven't ruined it yet.
You ruined
we
it already.
We haven't ruined it yet. We haven't said the name.
Don't say his name. We need stroke rapport.
Okay. Right.
Don't you but we need to know. Come here, we
we're
don't get parking.
Take out some of the description of
God almighty.
Oh, leave the description there because I think that's warranted because I said lots of nice things about him.
I need him
think
to know-
that'll improve the stroke report.
I need to know him to know what I drive.
Right.
Now I owe one of those Wilson Pickets at the moment. Actually,
You
you have
owe
to
us-
remind. Yeah, because you didn't know it was my car
Right.
at the time.
Okay. So
Now he knows. Don't ever Silver Astra.
Silver Astra.
That's Kendy.
Or a little sporty McGann.
Or Little Sports began. That's Kendy's missus. And worse again if you try to do it to her. Honest to God.
So what are we asking from this man now?
We're asking that
To
when he
turn
walks
turn
by
a
our
blind
car,
eye.
turn a blind eye. That's what we're saying.
Shut up about it.
Turn a blind eye, Sligo County Council, my elbow.
Yeah.
Don't be worried about it
Don't
as
be
well.
worried about it.
I have my own beef with Sligo County Council, actually.
What's wrong with this?
Not to go off that now, but I have parental beef,
Oh,
Ray, with
not
Sligo
again.
County Council. I do. No, I do.
This the Bucks parking in the baby and
No,
Kendy's
that
places.
still grinds my gears
Right.
beyond belief.
What's the new thing?
So the new thing is this what my life has become?
Right.
The playground in Kevinsfort.
Playground. Oh, fine playground.
Not anymore.
What happened?
It
Full
got
of
left.
drug dealers.
It got left into to fall apart and into disrepair.
What? Oh, the slide not slippy anymore, is
No,
it?
they're not in work. It's all in bits. The whole thing is in bits.
Roundabout doesn't do a round anymore.
But you know what they did? They covered it all in blocked it all off. Like you
Oh.
can't go in anymore
Why?
to any of the bits because it's in shit.
Oh.
And they're all too old and they're not safe anymore. So they said we'll block them off. Don't worry about it. And
So
then
on a
everyone
warm
said,
day like this, you're looking in at a playground you
yeah,
can't use.
for months. And then everyone was like, no, but what? But we thought you were going to fix it though. To which a councillor apparently replied and said, oh, well, there's no money to fix any of that. Like, we'll have to maybe hope that we get money from Europe at some
What
stage.
are you doing going up to Kevinsfort?
Because I have kids. That's Ali's
Down
favourite.
to Dorley Park where the good playground is.
No.
They have the rope, they
No.
have the zip lining and everything.
Yeah, Ali is 2 years old.
And you could be getting...
She can't do any of that
But
stuff.
you could be getting fit as well because the fitness machines and everything all...
Fit me home, man. I can barely fit myself into the car to bring her down. The Darley Park one is not for 2-year-old kids.
Is
It's
it not?
beautiful and all, but there's nothing there that 2-year-old kids can do, bar an old swing.
So is that an older kid?
In Kevinsport, there's a whole playground area completely
For children?
for kids her age.
Ah, okay.
And it's enclosed. And you go down there, we used to go down there all the time, and she'd fly in there and tip around, no bother at all.
Well, at least you're
climbing up and
highlighting
down.
the community issues here.
Yeah, it was in the Independent. They said there's no
money.
there's no, that's not going to get fixed.
Is there anything in the
What's
town...
the point, like? No, what's the point in making this thing that you can't maintain anymore? So you're going, you all have that, kids, but actually you have to look at it now in shit and you're not allowed to go in there anymore.
I have to say, the previous section where we said we were going to do the council out of the few parking tickets
Yeah.
and our parking money, I can't see these two things. Like, you're asking for one thing and then you're also asking for another thing, and they don't sit together. Not great bedfellows.
Well, the big thing I've always said is, like, I'd never questioned the council really on what they, like, there's obviously a reason it's not safe. They had to close that place.
They
So
had to-
what do you want them to do?
Yeah. And in fairness, kids should be able to use their imagination. You
Yeah.
should be able to sit on the grass and imagine you're on a swing or a
There-
slide.
that should be a slide,
Yeah, and just say, look at now there, that's a slide now you're
Yeah.
on. I'm at, wee!
Yeah. Actually, do you know what? Yeah. It's actually a disgrace, really.
Yeah.
It's
But
a
anyone will be
disgrace
giving
that
out
there's
about
people
it.
giving out about that
Yeah,
place.
it is.
Would you not just have a nice little walk? Look after your own kids.
And pay your
Don't be
parking
letting old
fines.
metal old shite look after your kids.
And
Look after your own kids.
You haven't paid your parking ticket yet, have you?
Oh, Jesus, no.
So, how do you expect the council to have money to fix swings and slides when you're not even paying your parking ticket? Do you know? I knew the big set of blue balls on you, financially constrained.
Listen, I'm all for it. You know what? I'll stand up there as a security guard at that playground if they rip up that ticket. That's what I'll do. I'll say, don't be coming in here.
Would you go in and fix the stuff?
No, you can't, you see.
Would you dry panel?
That is called red tape. Ray, if I went in there with a JCB, they wouldn't let me level it.
That's actually something that came up from last week, by the way.
What?
The fear of like bureaucracy is called bureauphobia.
Is it actually called bureauphobia?
I love the fact.
Bureauphobia is being afraid of women.
No, it's
Afraid of yours.
It should be being afraid of yours.
Yeah.
But then, you know, we see also the fear of red tape.
Yeah.
I have to say, Harry Harrison made a very good point. That would be a disaster on Valentine's Day. Because you'd get a lovely thing done up for your significant other and they'd be covered in red tape and she'd freak out and you'd have to bring her to the hospital because she'd have a nosebleed.
Well, the thing is, I mean, the fear of red tape is fucking, that shit is real.
No, it's not. Again, it's people take it as the physical red tape and that's just silly.
Physical me arse,
Yeah,
Ray.
you couldn't go to the opening of anything.
It's more fiscal than physical, if you ask me.
Right.
No. Now you see.
Now you see.
Talking about government
We
funding
had
and all
another
that.
complaint from last week's episode.
And for
as
the
well.
love of tits.
I'm going to read it out.
I'm just one man. I can't do everything in the world.
I know, you poor.
Is it something I did?
Kind of. Well, we talked about the fact, where did we come up with the term flicking the keys of himself?
Oh, yeah.
So James O'Malley wrote, "Dear dickheads, in a recent episode of the Kendy and Raybo podcast, you mused about the etymology of the phrase flicking the keys off himself. I would kindly refer to you to episode 80 of your own podcast, aptly entitled Flicking the Keys of Himself. At around 46 minutes, 30 seconds in, you both coined the phrase after my keyboard playing.
Yeah.
It was possibly the greatest achievement of my life that I constantly boast about to family and friends. Over my dead body will it be forgotten? Sort your history out, yours, etc. James flicking the keys off himself, O'Malley."
Jamesy, I'm so sorry, but how are we to remember that? I do remember you flicking the keys clean off yourself, and it was some of the finest flicking I ever known.
Yeah.
99 episodes.
99
Remember
episodes.
that?
Yeah, we didn't get
Fucking-
199 nor a 290. Although we're not far off now. What's this, 285?
You're not flicking the keys like you used to, Ray. Jamesy, so he isn't. Have you any other crack, Ray, that you need to get onto, or what's the story, or
I think, big announcement, sad news.
what?
We will not be here next week.
All right.
There'll be a week taken off.
What the flip?
It could be
Sorry now for cursing.
It could be 2 weeks.
What the heck?
It
Sorry.
could be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What we might try and do, maybe, I mean, I'm not making any promises, maybe get another one done to throw out at some stage, but
Would you ever do one with someone else? I've said this to you before. Would
But
you get
you're-
Derek in?
I'm only, Ray, the problem with me doing it with someone else is,
Yeah.
after 285 episodes, people will listen to that and go, oh yeah,
That's much better.
sorry, this is what it's supposed to be. Oh, now I understand it, like.
Yeah, but I don't mind retiring if that's the case.
No, yeah, the thing is, I couldn't be doing
I
this with
wonder would my
nobody else.
system refill in for me.
I mean, can she play? No, it just sounds like it's a fucking.
gig,
Would she
lad.
fill in for a gig?
I'd love to see what because my sister Marie is the closest thing in the world to me, you know, familial wise.
She is
She's
actually.
3 years younger than me.
She definitely is.
We're very similar in wit and humour.
Yeah.
And I think she'd be tremendous
You
for a
think
week.
she'd be able to do this?
Yeah, I think she'd come in for a week and do
The
a
annoying
week.
thing is, you think anyone can just do this, like.
I know, but
You know, whenever influencers are like online and they're like, you know, people think it's not that hard on it, but if you're defending it, then it's probably easy.
It probably is easy.
You know,
yeah.
like this is easy.
Well, is it?
No, it is easy. Like, yeah.
Yeah. It's not
This
the
is
way
the
to
easiest
be
thing
wrecked
ever.
after it. And I have to go mow lawn this evening. Are you mowing your lawn at the minute?
No, I'll tell you the great thing about not being able to own a house.
Oh, you don't have one?
A landlord sends someone to, and he loves chatting to me as well.
A fella comes in and mows your lawn.
Sometimes I'll wave out the back window at him, and then I'll be like,
How demasculated do you feel when this is happening?
I couldn't give a
No,
bollocks.
No, Mark. There are things in this world that men should do, and that is mow their own lawn. Brendan, do you mow your own lawn? Oh, you have
They have Astro,
You have
yeah.
children, and
Yeah.
as a result, you got Astro.
No, but he got Astro because like that's way worse than not mowing your own lawn. He's like,
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
fake
be arsed.
lawn.
Yeah, big old fake old lawn.
No,
on
you
him.
need to. Now, what I was going to say, and of course, it's going to be too late for a lot of people. This is going to come out on the Friday. The Parkside Lidl remote lawnmowers are back in stock.
Oh yeah.
On Thursday morning, I will be the first person at the door of that shop on Thursday morning.
A
And
remote lawnmower?
A remote lawn, the little robotic one that just goes
yeah.
off on its own. But you have to put a wire around the
The perimeter. Yeah.
And then it just knows to keep inside the wire. It's like a good sucky calf.
Yeah. But come here, that's awful demasculating, Ray, to watch a robot out doing
No,
your
if
job
a
for you.
man purchases a robotic lawnmower and sets it up, that's a manly thing.
But what if a man pays his rent?
That's a smart man.
What if a man pays his rent begrudgingly every month and then a lovely gentleman just comes and isn't that not the same?
Is a man nice?
That's the manliest thing I've ever come across.
Oh, okay.
Is a fella trying to keep a family going all the time, Ray, by paying big rent, and then a gentleman significantly older than him comes to the house then to do his.
to do the garden.
But I love chatting to him though, because he always says to me, how's the music? How's the music?
Are you still at the music?
And I love that. No, I mean, he doesn't do it patronising.
Yeah.
He's always like, how's the music? Where's the music now?
Yeah.
Where'd you play the music now this time of the year?
Yeah.
And all that. And I love that because no one ever asked me that. Nick didn't even ask me that.
I have joked with the builders, the lads that are in doing the building, all the work. Again, I'm feeling very demasculated. I should be doing that.
Yeah.
I should be doing the digging.
You should be digging. You should be
I
well
should
able
be
to
digging.
redo
And
an
I am.
entire floor.
Yeah,
of
I should know exactly all the layers that goes into the layer cake of a floor. But
It is a
I do
beautiful
keep-
layer cake. It
I do-
starts with pavlova on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. I keep talking to them and saying, in 3 years' time, you boys will be at a wedding some night. You could be in the Diamond Coast, or you could be out in feckin' the Radisson,
out in
Castledargan, or one of the local hotels. You'll be sitting there, you'll have just had the spuds, and you'll be after tucking into the trio desserts, and you'll see me coming in.
Now.
And you'll know why I'm there.
Now.
3 years later, I'll be there to pay you.
It's not for the love of the game, lads, that raise in the
not
Atlantic.
for the love of the bass playing.
No.
And I'll have nothing with me.
No.
Because I'll be downgraded to KME Fidelity PA, a stereo bin and two 12-inch tops.
And a 2-string bass.
I'll have a 2-string bass on me because that's all you really need.
That's all. Yeah, it's all you can
It'll
afford.
be a Harley Benton, and I'll also have one light. It'll be what they call an NJD Spectre. For all of you musicians out there, you use a network cable with.
Come here, I have to say, Ray, we can. If you're going downgrade, we have to buy you a Squire.
Oh,
and then we can say that your man there is the man behind the Squire because you're going to be the man behind the Squire.
Why? How is that funny?
Because that's a song, you pleb.
Is it?
Every man must stand behind the man behind the Squire.
What?
For the love of tits.
It's
sometimes.
Not, but behind the wire.
Yeah. But that's where the
so
joke came from. So this is what I mean. Do you know what I'm saying, Ray? If I did this with someone else maybe that was on my same level, like this, you know what I
Well,
mean?
you said Squire.
Yeah, but that was the joke. So listen to me just for a second now. I know Ray said we're going to be gone for 2 weeks, but that could be it.
That could be it.
That could be it.
285
The simplest
episodes.
of all the jokes is that we can call Ray the man behind the Squire. The men behind the Squire.
Yeah.
And he goes, what are you on about? I've never heard of that song in my whole life. Like,
Yeah,
come here, Ray. Have you ever heard of the song called Farty in the USA? No, Mark, what's he on about? I've never in my life. Party in the USA. Oh, yeah, I know that one. Like, oh my God.
Oh, what was the one you used to call it?
Have you ever heard Dancing in the Sunlight? That's not even a song, Mark. Like, shut up.
Sweet Home Alakendi?
Oh, don't talk to me about Sweet Home Alakendi.
Or Sweet
Please.
Child of Kendi?
No, because Sweet Home, I told you that, Sweet Home Ballahadreen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it made me never want to ever gig
Never
ever again.
I have a shout out.
Come on with your shout outs, Raymond.
You know this one.
on.
A shout out to Imelda and Andy, who got married in Italy.
Oh, yup. The
Were you
first.
supposed to do that?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, thank God
And
you
your
did
wife
it.
said to me, she said, he's going to forget, so you have to do it.
Imelda and Andy got married abroad in Italia, and
Yeah.
it looked absolutely smashing. And a big congratulations to them.
Because-
now we are going playing a wedding in Spain at the end of the month, aren't
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
At the end of May, myself and Ray will be going off to Spain with the Atlantic to play a wedding. And I was chatting to the bride yesterday.
Yes.
And this goes out to you, Andy, and mostly Imelda, to be honest.
Okay.
Because I know it was you, Imelda, that did it. The planning and organising that goes in to foreign weddings
Yeah.
is. I was getting stressed just listening to the bride yesterday on the
That's
phone.
tough.
Just going, oh my God. She has to, just us alone, because she wants an Irish band there,
Yeah.
just us alone, she has to get us flown out.
Visas.
You have to get visas in Spain now.
You have to bring your own power.
You have to bring your own power out
No,
to Spain.
it's
We have to
just-
get
yeah.
put a generator in
I have a bag
as
full of power
carry-on
banks.
luggage.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
try to squeeze that in there. But fly us over, like try and make sure the accommodation is there for us, the transport is there for us, make sure that we know how to get to the venue, make sure
Make
that
sure
there's gear
Dwayne
up.
has shower facilities before the gig.
Because he has to shower straight before us all
Yeah.
the time. All of that stuff. That's just us getting over there.
Yeah.
That's it. Like
And
the
that's
amount
not
of
even
other
the
stuff.
family.
When I said to her, when I organise a wedding, I organise it for 10 minutes out the road.
Yeah.
And I was still stressed.
You did, and you were still
Nicola
stressed.
organised it.
Yeah, she
not
did.
me.
Yeah.
So a big fair play to them. But
do
it
you know the Imelda and Andy wedding? It was in Rome.
was in Rome.
You know our good friend Derek, who might be here next week, if
That's
his lovely
facts, yeah.
sister, right? Derek was out there, and obviously it coincided with the sad news that the Pope had passed
Oh,
away.
that's right, yeah.
Did Derek get to go to the Pope's funeral? Because he'd love that.
I don't know, yeah, because he is, I don't want to say religious, but he probably is religious. Like,
Well, he's a
but-
religious teacher.
Yeah.
So it would be good for him to be at the Pope's funeral.
Yeah, I don't know if you
representing the
did.
Irish teachers.
If you had a choice between an Irish wedding and the Pope's funeral, what would you go to?
I'd definitely go to the Pope's funeral.
My favourite thing about the Pope's funeral, and Lord rest him genuinely.
Sorry, Andy and Imelda.
Like, yeah. No, my favourite thing. No, like, as in, obviously, a lot of people took that very serious. Like, it's just not in me. I'm not that religious that I didn't pass much heediness.
I was sad to see him passing because
Yeah,
I
no.
think he was a good man.
Oh, apparently so. Apparently he was a very progressive Pope, as progressive as a Pope would be. He pissed off a lot of the eldermen, who would have been old-fashioned. Anyway, I loved the way that, even though it was probably set up and the cameras were there for us, it looked like slap bang in the middle of it, Zelensky and Trump, almost like at a wake.
Yeah.
pulled up 2 chairs, like up beside him.
We'll have a chat over
now,
here.
come over here, sit down there now. Now, the
Yeah.
caterer's going to be here in a few minutes, but what is it? Like awake, like.
That's what it looked like it.
Honestly, isn't it mad too? Like, there was a world meeting.
But it
like
was nice to see it. In fairness, I hope something comes of it.
I love the fact that maybe the Pope died made them go, come on now, we need to just talk this
Enough
out.
of the silly beggars now.
Enough of this now. Come on, we get this done. Give up Crimea. Come on now.
Before we go, can we get the 3 games? Brendan.
Give me the 3 games, please,
3
Brendan,
games.
love.
Okay, so before I said that, age-friendly spaces are for 55 or over. If you ever want to
Age-friendly spaces are for 55, or you could pass as 55.
Well, look, I
Really?
no. And each time, look, he didn't give me a ticket, thank God. Fair play to him.
Nah,
My beardy friend.
Galway v Mayo on Sunday.
Galway v Mayo on Sunday. That's such a big game. Ray, Galway versus Mayo, Connacht Championship final.
I have absolutely no
skin in the game.
how would you put this now? I have no way I can say anything other than Mayo will obviously win this.
Okay, how much
because
do they win it by?
as much as I love being from Mayo and I feel I have some latitude, I can say certain things that,
you can't say Galway will win.
But there's no way a Mayo man can say, I think Galway will take that.
Yeah, okay.
I think Mayo will absolutely hammer them.
36 points.
And it won't be red.
No, you think it'll be a good win for Mayo?
I think it'll be a fantastic. I think it'll be the sort of watershed moment where you'll wonder why Galway are even bothering.
They shouldn't bother their whole.
Yeah, they're going to wonder why did you even invest in the jerseys.
They'll not field the team after the Mayo game.
They won't. It'll be the end of Galway. It'll be such a spectacular defeat. They'll be bet by that much,
right?
That it'll just be holy God.
So there you go. He's kind of on the he's on the fence in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is there then?
So what's next?
Waterford and Limerick in the hurling.
Waterford, Limerick in the hurling. I won't give you any pretense to it. But
Waterford is the young fella. Watch his face with the squeaky voice. Is he in charge of any of them?
No,
David's
he's not in charge.
No,
of any
okay.
of them anymore.
That he could be sometimes a tipping point in these matters. Waterford or Limerick? I don't like the green of Limerick. But I like the blue and yellow of Waterford.
Blue and white.
Is it blue and white?
That's what you meant, though. I know what you meant.
Yeah, what was blue and yellow?
Or sometimes,
Claire. That's me, dear Dave, yeah. Anyway, I think Waterford will win it on colours.
Waterford will win it by 2 colours, Brent.
Waterford will win the hurling.
So we have Mayo and Waterford, and we have one more game, do we? Kerry Clare in the Munster Football Championship final.
Is David Fitz involved in any
the
of
white and blue of Clare, Ray? Come on and talk.
Is David Fitz involved in any of these things?
I don't think so, no.
No, okay, that's good. It's always a question you've
David
asked.
Fitz is in charge of Antrim hurling now or something, isn't he?
Yeah, no, you wouldn't know where that man would pop up.
No, yeah, he could pop up anywhere.
Doing Ireland's fittest family, but
like
with
a
a
mole.
GA club. So what were the 2 teams? It was Kerry and Clare.
In the Munster
that's a kind
football.
That's Munster.
Yeah. Who do you think?
Oh, Kerry will hammer them.
Kerry will hammer them.
10 points.
10 points.
10 points.
That might be the most accurate prediction.
And Waterford, it'll be tight enough. It'll be, I'd say, 4 or 5 points. The difference.
What? Okay.
Waterford will win it.
I don't want to give you any pretense to it, like at all. Like, but obviously
they were complete and utter guesses.
Okay, well, no, they weren't. They
but
were
I was 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Educated guesses, Ray. This is it. Put your cue on. You've heard them here
and
first.
And it's also
lads.
feelings. I'm feeling what's going to happen.
And sport is all about the feelings, Ray.
Yeah, I have feelings there. Well, I definitely strong feelings on the colours in that second game. So you heard it here first. Now get your accas in.
Oh, for the love of tits. That's kind of it, Ray, is this?
That's it now. You might see something next week, but if you don't be disappointed.
Yeah, don't be disappointed.
But if it goes to 2 weeks, we might have to come up with a contingency.
Yeah, we'll do something. Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, even a short little thing, keep you ticking over.
Ray, Brendan, thanks for taking the keys off yourself for half of us anyway.
Yeah,
due to my human error.
Yeah.
Human error that ruined the AI. And Ray, fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck. The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Maeve's Cozy Front Lounge and the Garavo.